This micro lesson covers the options available to low-income parents who need help with childcare, early learning programs, or support while going to school. These programs exist in every state, and while the details vary, the categories of help are the same nationwide. Childcare costs are one of the biggest barriers for parents trying to work, go to school, or regain stability. The good news is that there are federal and state programs designed specifically to help low-income families cover these costs. When you understand what resources are out there, it becomes much easier to make decisions that support your family and your goals. Every state receives federal funding to help low-income families pay for child care, but each state uses its own program name. For example, Florida calls theirs the School Readiness Program, and Texas uses Child Care Services. These programs help families afford licensed child care while parents work, attend school, or participate in approved activities. In Tennessee, this includes programs like Smart Steps, but every state has its own version. Most states look at the same core factors when deciding who qualifies for child care assistance. The first, household income, which has to fall within your state's low to moderate income range. The second is the child's age, typically under 13, though some states extend support for older children with disabilities. States also look at the parent's activity status. This usually means you're working, in school, in job training, or actively looking for work. Some states even allow short-term coverage during periods of unemployment if you're job seeking. Even though the criteria are similar across the country, the exact income limits and documentation requirements can vary. It's always a good idea to check with your state's guidelines. Head Start and Early Head Start are free early learning programs available in communities across the country. Early Head Start serves infants and toddlers from birth to age 3, while Head Start focuses on preschool age children. These programs offer much more than child care. Children receive early education, nutritious meals, developmental screenings, and support services that help families stay connected to resources. The goal is to give children a strong start and to support parents during some of the most important early years. Most states offer free to low-cost pre-K programs for children's ages 3 to 5, but the structure and availability can look very different depending on where you live. For example, Georgia has the Georgia Pre-K program, which is one of the longest running statewide pre-K systems in the country. And in North Carolina, families can apply for North Carolina Pre-K, which provides free preschool for eligible 4-year-olds based on income and need. These programs focus on school readiness, helping children build early learning skills, social development, and confidence before kindergarten. Availability can vary by state and even by county, so it's always worth checking what's offered in your area. Parents in college or job training programs often qualify for child care assistance, and some states make this especially accessible. For example, Illinois allows student parents to use its child care assistance program while they're enrolled in school or training. And in Minnesota, families can receive help through the child care assistance program as long as the parent is working, in school, or participating in an approved education program. Beyond child care assistance, financial aid can also help. Completing the FAFSA may open the door to Pell Grants, work study, and additional support for students with dependents. Some colleges even offer emergency grants or student parent scholarships. Many campuses also have on-site child care centers, often with reduced rates or priority enrollment for student parents. These centers can make it much easier to balance classes, studying, and family responsibilities by keeping childcare close and predictable. Programs like TANF may offer cash assistance, child care transportation, and job training support. SNAP employment and training programs sometimes include child care help as well. Local community action agencies can also provide referrals or emergency assistance. When you apply for child care assistance, most states ask for the same basic documents. You'll need income information, such as pay stubs or proof of unemployment, so the state can confirm your household income. You'll also need something that verifies your child's age, like maybe a birth certificate or medical records. Programs usually require IDs and Social Security numbers for both the parent and the child. And finally, most states ask for proof that you're working in school or actively looking for a job. This could be a class schedule, a work schedule, or documentation from a job search program. Having these items ready ahead of time makes the application process much smoother and helps avoid delays. These programs exist to support families, not judge them. If you're feeling overwhelmed by childcare costs or trying to go back to school or work, you're not alone. Many families are in the same place. It's always worth applying, even if you're unsure whether you qualify. Every state has options, and sometimes just one program can make a big difference in your day-to-day stability and peace of mind. Your next step is simply to explore what's available in your area. Most states have clear online applications, and local agencies can help you figure out what you qualify for. You don't have to navigate this alone. Help is available and is designed for families just like yours. This micro lesson is meant to give you a clear starting point as you explore childcare and education support options. Each state structures these programs a little differently, and requirements can change over time. So it's always a good idea to check your local guidelines for the most accurate information. If you'd like more micro lessons that make healthcare and family resources easier to understand, you can visit my website at sunnyvibes.com. Thank you for spending a few minutes learning with me today.